Right.
So the first thing we have to understand, they have to recognize is how is the conversation going? If she comes at you that way, the first thing you got to do is say, whoa, whoa, mm, time out, right? The way you're coming at me, I don't like it. I need you to change your approach. So that's the first thing. You really got to monitor how the conversation is going. If I'm coming to you and I'm cussing you out about your shoelaces, you might think, oh, well, it's just, you would think logically, oh, it's just shoelaces, so it's not a big deal. No, but you're not worried about that. You're worried the disrespect I'm bringing your way. You're worried about me tearing you down. You're worried about me doing that. So you're more focused on how the conversation is going. So it's the exact same thing in your relationship. So what I say is the first thing is focus on how the conversation is going. Because if you see it going wrong, and research has shown that the governments have shown that they can predict with accuracy someone getting divorced by monitoring, I think that the first 3 minutes of a conversation. Can you imagine that? They could predict whether or not you and your spouse will stay together. The first 3 minutes of a conversation. So
Scary.
it didn't say depending on what the conversation is. It just said
Just how
first 3 minutes.
and what's
Yes,
oh,
right? Got to focus on how the conversation is being held. Because if you guys can't hold or you can't have a conversation that's being held the right way, it's not going to go right anyways. Doesn't matter if you're talking about, again, shoelaces or spaghetti or an affair. That doesn't matter. If a conversation cannot be held the right way, then you
mm,
cannot solve whatever the issue. So you gotta focus. It's so critical to focus on how the conversation is being held, not what the topic is about.